this experience required that I have more than one wife. And so I come into this, Mary and I get married, and I get married again to Janelle, and I get married again to Christine. And I look back, and because I was so anxious to be living the principle of plural marriage, that I was not vetting who I was marrying to be compatible with me.
Guys, this was a great tell-all episode, especially if you are into psychology and the mind of Kody Brown, which in this episode, we are going to do a recap specifically on Kody in that tell-all to discuss some of the very odd things he said, like psychic tension, unrequited love, passionate love. You know, he's kind of going off the edges, talking about that song and how it didn't mean love. We need to really get into these things. But first, I want to get into what he just said. Robin is always talking about, as she even says in this tell-all, rewriting history. It's you telling Kody. And then Kody is kind of, I feel like he's being gaslit by you in a way. You keep, I feel like behind closed doors, you are telling him over and over again, this needs to happen, A, B, C, D. And he is overwhelmed and he believes what you say. Like, he used to think that the whole family was great before Robin. And now Robin, because the family is destroyed, has led him to believe, and I think it's to get out of marriage, that the family was already messed up. She moved into a messed up family. And now he believes that is what in fact it was, which it wasn't. The thing I want to talk about this clip specifically, and guys, stay tuned because I have a lot of crazy Kody clips from this episode. I want to talk about how he just says he got married for the sake of being married in the church. I don't know if you know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Kody's dad wasn't even in the church. He wasn't even born into the church. He switched churches even after his dad, I believe in like his late teens, almost probably I think a man around 19 years old. And he was this like, ooh, who's this new guy in our church? You know, all the girls were checking him out. So I don't think it had to do with him wanting to follow the scripture as, oh, so holy Robin does. I think it was he wanted a bunch of wives, as we hear him talk more and more about intimacy, that he wanted to get laid. I mean, I've been joking around about what Robin does to get his full attention, but the more we're opening these doors, the more I'm beginning to see it might not be a joke. Kody really is possibly all about the bedroom, even though he's tacking it on to Janelle right now. I really think he is. Do you guys remember the car ride? Because if he is a monogamous right now, as he says he is, with Robin, and I'm wondering if she thinks this is okay because this is not polygamy. He says, and he definitely says this to Mary's brother on the ride, the truck ride. He says, a strong man will always have extra women, even if he's monogamous. So he's basically saying, like, I can mess around on Robin. Why not? I'm a strong man. He considers himself a strong man, right? So, I mean, there you go. And speaking of being a strong man, why does Kody look so ripped? He's so ripped and so angry. I've been thinking for a really long time, like, dude, are you worried about getting old? We know he always does his hair plugs. And is he taking steroids? Is that why he's so angry and beginning to get more ripped? Is he taking steroids? That is the question. What do you guys think? And I totally disagree with him in this clip. Bottom line, I truly believe he got married because he wanted to be, because he wanted wives to fornicate with. Probably, maybe not to be alone as well, and also to be a top dog at the church, of course. I think he wanted to be a top dog, all these good-looking women looking at him, and he wanted to show them that he could get 4 wives, and he did, and that he could go into the kingdom of heaven. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it was all about the bedroom. What do you think? Anyway, let's get on into some serious, cuckoo, crazy Kody moments. Hello, and thank you for visiting my channel today. You don't know how much I appreciate it. I've put in some work. I've got a lot of Cody, more like Toady. I got a lot of Cody clips for you to watch and to analyze and to go down the brain of the Cody rabbit hole. That's what we're going to do today on this tell all. Does that sound good? Because the next clip I have for you really ticked me off. Okay, wait, I can't smile when it really ticked me off. Better? Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope everyone's having a good day. I have a lot of clips, so we got to really get into this today. Okay, guys, I already noticed my opening was too long. So let's just do it. I want you to see this next clip and what he has to say. And I want you to tell me if this is going a little too far. And like always, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. Thank you.
Janelle, I don't want to ask about all the kids,
Right.
because I don't want to be gossiping, so to speak. And then
Yeah, I don't know about you, but personally for me, I hope it would never be considered gossiping if I was to talk about my child, even if everything wasn't going good. I mean, his mind, to consider it that bad that he cannot even ask about his children because he considers it gossiping, it shows how angry and arrogant this man is. It's like he feels like he is the main character of his story and everyone around him are just little pawns. And it's almost like he thinks when he's not there, they kind of poof, disappear like a simulation, you know? And then when he comes around, they pop back into space. I don't know. I mean, they clearly want him in their life. They have said that. And he's going as far to say it would be gossiping if he talked about his children. Tell me once again, this has nothing to do with Robin. Please tell me she's not in his ear. Tell me you don't think that, because I really think that she says a lot of things, a lot of rhetorical things, a lot of things that pressure him until it's like she is unwinding him. She is slowly unwinding those curls in his hair, and they're going to be straight one day, and not straight in a good way. She's like unwinding his hair as it would be a braid. Don't, like, he could not have come up with this himself. And he is saying in the rest of this clip that he cannot ask about his family anymore because he considers it, again, a civil war. So if they're in a civil war, I guess they're not a family. That's what he's implying. Right now, they are not his family. He said if they were his family, he would be able to ask about them. But I guess since he can't ask about them, that means they are not his family. He does not consider them his family. His sons that he's raised for over 20 years are now not his family. And all, as Mary says, and we're going to get to that on another one, they're all in the wayside. She's glad. Mary says she's glad that they're happy and they found the love of the life of his life. But to throw all the rest of them on the wayside to have that, is that really worth it? I mean, it's pretty selfish to me. There's a way to make things work. Robin says, what could I have done? We tried to hide our love. No, you tried to hide it by taking him away and not letting him see his kids and not letting him see the other wives because you could not hide it. You did not want to go to the Thanksgiving 4-day functions. You did not want to go to their Friday night movie nights, and you did not want to hang out with them Saturday. So he stopped that. You did not try, Robin. You did not try. And you got it your way. Now he only has 4 kids. So be happy. Good job.
because guilty, actually, yes, I am, of not loving them.
Let's give a round of applause for once to Cody. He finally admitted it. I mean, it took him, 10 seasons? But he admitted he never loved his wives. He only is truly in love with Robin. Do you remember in season 17 Tell All, like Robin flipped out and Cody when Christine referred to them as soulmates? He's not my soulmate. I'm just an apple and they're an orange and she likes apples and oranges. What was all that for? Why can't people just make it easy and come out with the truth? Cody, this is your truth. It is sad and you could have made things different. And this is your truth, but it's how you handled your truth.
And we're in kind of a sort of a constant little civil war where this constant psychic tension is always.
So this is just a small remark, but it has a lot of connotation behind it that we are going to break down right now. Okay, so he says, again, mentioning the Civil War. Most of us know what a civil war is, which is, specifically Webster's Dictionary, a war between opposing groups of citizens in the same country. So that's the real definition behind it. I think we were all aware. And the country he's dating is the Brown country. So they are at opposing sides. But can you really call it now a civil war? Because it is no longer a family unit, is it? So at one point that I just mentioned, he is saying that they're not his family. And now he keeps mentioning a civil war, which is then implying that it is his family, right? So he needs to make up his mind. He always refers to it as his family when I feel like he's saying negative things, which is like the opposite of we most do. And then when he's referring to his family, when he's referring to his family, he's saying negative things. And then when it's like not really his family, that's when he has more of a good perspective on things, it just seems. But let's continue to break this down. So there's what a civil war means. Now he says when he visits everyone, there is a, what's the word? Psychic tension. There is psychic tension in the family when he goes to see them. So let's break that down now, because what the hell does he mean, right? What is he talking about? What is going through his brain? So psychic refers to the psyche, our mind, to the psyche, which is Kody Brown, his brain, his psyche. It is lying outside the sphere of physical science or knowledge. So stressors relating to outside of science, things that he cannot explain. Is he trying to say that he cannot explain this psychic tension? Or is he using it more as the connection they have as a family and he can feel their tension? But that's not how you would describe psychic tension, because psychic tension, the psyche, is, or the other option we have relating to psychic for the psyche is sensitive or non-physical or supernatural forces and influences marked by extraordinary or mysterious sensitivity, perception, or understanding. Now, this I find very interesting, that second part that we read. Let's go through it again. By supernatural forces or influences. I feel like this may be a clue to what he's thinking, because Robin, as I've heard the talks going on, not in the tell-all, when she separated from the family, it was because she did not believe where they were going. It wasn't a godly route. They weren't following the scripture. She wanted her family to have nothing to do with that, apparently. And that was actually one of the real reasons why this split occurred. So when they leave the church, do they feel like some kind of supernatural force is taking over them, i.e. the real world, maybe? Maybe because they're still in the church. He's talking about psychic tension, of the tension that they've left the church. Are they evil now? Is that a supernatural force? What do you exactly think he means by this psychic tension? It's really weird. It's odd. It's a very odd thing to say, don't you think?
When you say your humanity, you mean your vulnerability?
Right.
That you just felt that you were there to be, what, a physical boy toy?
Like some pool boy.
So you just felt like a resource? You just
I
felt like
a
a good
piece
looking
of meat.
Like in what way?
Sorry, I'm trying to really get through this one and figure out in this scene exactly what I think. I mean, I know what I think, but how to describe it. I feel like Janelle and Kody got along so well because of their intimacy. I think, Janelle, I think you are a woman who knows her body and thoroughly enjoys it. And Kody is a man we know that the more we know, it looks like he's obsessed with sex. Yes, there, I said it. He's obsessed with sex. Everything. If you have any questions about why I think this, I will post a video on all the things about why Kody is obsessed with sex. Everything has shown it. So I feel like now to put this in Janelle's face, to throw it in her face, is rude and wrong, because I don't think he felt like this for a very long time. I still don't think he feels this way. And he says, even in the tell-all, he wants to get back together with Janelle. Hello? How are you going to get back together with Janelle when she watches this, Kody? She's going to watch everything you're saying. This is not what you do to get what you are saying you want. You don't put her down. You're saying in the tell-all you want to have. You didn't even say a relationship, which makes me wonder, because you're saying you feel like, like a piece of meat. But in the tell-all, you actually say that you still feel like you could have a romantic relationship with Janelle, which you said you could not have with Christine. So do you want Janelle just for like a little chitty chitty bang bang on the side, and keep Robin, stay in her house, Then when you want to have some fun, you can go over to Janelle's. She's still there to pick up your stuff when you have COVID, do your bidding, and probably even pay some bills for you and Robin. Oh, wouldn't that be so wonderful? Hey, Cody, so wonderful. I really hope that that's what you get. Ha! No, that's a joke. I really don't. I hope Janelle leaves your ass. And looking forward, I know she does, so on you.
At that place?
I don't think I've hit rock bottom. There's things I still have, like emotional control over.
So I have to ask you a question. When you heard him say this, what did you initially make of it? Because when I heard him say he has not hit rock bottom because there are some things he has emotional control over still, the way he used that term made me feel like he wasn't talking about himself. It made me feel like he was talking about outside circumstances and that it was more of a selfish thing, like other people he could control, and it emotionally made him feel better. What did you guys think? Because that is actually not the term. And then that makes me wonder another thing that's very important. If he is using this term properly, which honestly, I did not think he would. I think he's not that smart. So if he used this, he is getting counseling for his anger, because you would not know this term unless you're getting help. Now, let me just give you a little deep dive. Emotional control is about our emotional regulation and how well we can manage our emotions, or more precisely, our emotional reactions, which, then it makes me think maybe he was speaking about that. He just kind of used it in the wrong way. It's about learning to stay calm when handling small problems and reacting with just the right amount of emotional reaction given to the situation. Okay. And it does give you some indicators of people that do not have emotional control, or they have difficulties with it, i.e. Cody. Okay. So he might have got help. You have a low tolerance or frustration for criticism. You appear to overreact or react more strongly than your other peers. Or you may be prone to fight, flight, freeze responses, such as outbursts, meltdowns, or shutting down. That's totally Cody. I mean, maybe someone privately, maybe someone even that worked on the show said that he needed some help. Because, I mean, he probably did some CBT or DBT if he has these problems, some emotional regulation, CBT, DBT, opposite action, different types of training. And if so, well, good on you, Cody. You just need a little more work, though.
Dan.
I don't know. It's like, hey, why don't we work on reconciliation? And but it's just, she says, I'm not really that interested. And I say that I'm interested, but I don't do anything.
What a lazy bum. So he says he wants to reconcile with Janelle. Janelle is open, honestly, still to reconciliation, just kind of like Mary is. They're waiting to see a change, Cody. They're waiting to see you try something, try anything. But you just say you want to and hang out at Robin's and do nothing. And Robin is robbing them. Robin's a robber. She doesn't know how to be a sister wife. Okay, you have to take charge. Janelle, I think, believes this and wants you, but she can't have it this way. The reason she needs to see you step up is because she does still believe in parts of the faith. At least she says she does. And she says that when a man marries another wife, part of the process, the wives have to do things and the husbands have to do things. And part of what the husbands have to do is grow, learn, change, and be stronger as a man. And when he met Robin, yes, he found the love of his life, but he stopped doing his other duties. He stopped doing the things that made Janelle love him as a polygamous man. She saw how hard he tried every day. And now he won't even lift a finger. Listen to him in the same breath. He wants to reconcile, but at the same time, neither of them are doing anything to make it happen. He doesn't understand why. It's because Janelle doesn't need to do anything to make something happen. You do, Cody. You're the patriarch. Do something. Or just admit it. You can't, can you? Oh, yeah, you can't, because Robin needs a sister wife. You're in a shitty... You ain't in a good position, are you?
When I met Robin, it was, first time ever being in love. And so that changed the dynamic, I think, and that's not anybody's fault.
Wrong, Cody. It was your fault. You knew before you married her, you were in love with her. You even told Christine, and it was your job to keep the wives equal regardless of how you felt. It was someone's fault. It was your fault. all your fault. Maybe a little Mary's too.
I don't even know how to. I've been thinking about this. Like all I do, when I'm not working, it's on my mind. It's rolling through, and I'm replaying and rehashing discussions and rehashing my life and how I started this.
That is called ruminating, Cody. I was going to call you Crody. A lot of people call you a lot of things. That is called ruminating, okay? And if you continue this, Cody, you are headed for a mental breakdown. Let me tell you, in case anyone else doesn't know, when you ruminate and analyze just one specific thing, the more and more you analyze and go down to a specific topic or a very specific level, that is when you know your mental health is not good. You need to expand what you're thinking, expand your mind into thinking not just about that one particular topic, but more than that. When your mind starts doing that a little more often, or you're able to, that is when you know you're becoming a little bit free from your whole ruminating process.
And what I'm talking about is these struggles, and what I'm in relationship when we don't have the basis of passionate love.
So do you guys think Cody ever reads, or does he just come up with things in his head? The way he said he just sits and ruminates and just obsesses and goes over. Do you think he actually, I don't know, picks up a book to try to learn, to try to help himself? Or because this just, let's just get into this. This does not make sense what he said, okay? The basis of love is you need a passionate love, okay? Or there's nothing. Now, obviously a basis is a foundation, right? If you look up what passionate love means, it means a type of love that you associate at the beginning of a relationship when you feel intense emotion towards the other person, as well as a strong sexual attraction. Now, you tell me honestly, after everything we know, do you really, really think Robin kept her pants on before they got married? She wanted in on the show bad, and Cody wanted her bad. So what do you think? I mean, the other thing that doesn't really make sense is how does he expect to be in the church with Robin and have another wife if this is what he believes? Because if you need to check strong sexual attraction with the other person, in their faith, you can't even kiss before marriage. So what are they going to do? How do they even know if they have that sexual attraction? So he cannot build the basis on this. He went out of line and did things he should not have done. He kissed Robin while Christine was in the hospital giving birth. Christine tells us about when she first found out he was in love and it broke her heart, and then to play that whole wedding game trick, it was a trick. It was mean. Now, I just want to tell you what a doctor says about this really quick, because he says that, the basis is passionate love, like we said. Well, it says that the intense romance feeling, the passion, it normally only lasts 2 to 3 years at most. So Cody, I see some fighting next season, and probably behind the scenes. Dr. Fred Noor, a neurologist at Mission Viejo, California, and the author of the book True Love, How to Use Science to Understand Love, he says that feeling goes away in 2 to 3 years. So maybe he had it with Mary, just like Christine and Janelle are saying. Maybe he did, and he just does not recall it because he has a selective memory, right?
Yeah.
Were you different?
Well, I fell in love with Robin. I never fell in love with anybody else. I was just choosing to be in that covenant of love with them.
Rewriting history again. Give me a break, Cody. You're looking at it from the perspective, like Janelle said, now, not before. You did the best you can, and so did they, and you guys thought you were in love. You can think you're in love and truly feel you're in love, and then meet your soulmate, and then realize what true love is like, and looking back, see it with not the same rose-colored glasses. But that doesn't make it any less than what it was before. What do you guys think?
I met Robin, and there was a safety and a vulnerability that I had never experienced in my life. And I met her, and I started weeping for joy and didn't stop for months.
Because you were emotionally vulnerable enough to receive Robin's love.
Now, I don't know if we can't qualify it like that. Let's just say the two of us had a click Whereas I was working for years with these others to get this place, never had the click.
I have two real things to say about this, okay? First off, do you remember season 17 tell all? I'll go there again. All he kept doing was flipping out, like literally flipping out. I have no favorite wife. Like, who am I have no favorite wife. I have no favorite wife. Why does everyone keep saying that? I do not have a favorite wife in this household. Now look what he's saying. The exact opposite. Who can keep up with this guy? Who can keep up with him? No wonder his family is having problems. Even Robin's having problems with him. I mean, he can't keep his story straight. And then he has the nerve to say on live television, that it took like what? How long has he been with Mary? 35 years, and he doesn't click with her, that he's never clicked with anyone. He had to try to make it work so hard, and he just did not click with any of them. He doesn't even say from the beginning. He actually says he continued to try year after year after year, and just he didn't click with anyone. But then he mentions Robin came in his life and they clicked like that. Yeah. Is he saying this to be honest? I mean, it's part honesty, but is it part he's so jealous and so angry? He's mad that Christine is happy and they've moved on. Is he trying to hurt them? Because the one person I really think he's hurting is Janelle, the one that he wants back. And of course he's hurting Mary. I mean, but at the same time, I also feel like she's eliminated herself out of that. She has realized with the whole screw you, Cody, when she said that, I realized she knows she's out of there. She's gone. It's about Janelle now. And what he's saying is wrong and rude, regardless if it's true.
This is when you're young and you do everything you can to do good by those choices. You know, you get older and you don't like those choices.
So what choices do you think he's talking about that when he was young, he tried really, really hard to keep? And then as he got older, now he regrets them, even though he worked really, really, really hard at that time to keep them. What could it be? I mean, it's not something bad. It would be something good, right? That now he looks at differently. The only thing I can think of is his wives, because he has said that when you get married, it will not work unless it's in this like passionate love. So it makes me think of that. But it's so sad he's saying these things this year. I would almost prefer the anger of last year than the calm talk with the devastating things he's saying this year. Because if he was not with his wives and now he regrets it, wouldn't that mean he regrets his children also? All 18? Well, sorry, not Robin's kids, but that means he would regret his family, his memories, all of it. Do you really think he meant that? It's one of the most disturbing clips I've seen, to tell you the truth.
It was a call for us to put more effort into the other relationships in my mind, but that became a grind. It was constantly trying to improve your love, improve yourself, and like kind of doing this dance constantly.
So you had to try more, you had to grow more, and you didn't like that? Cody, there's a term for that where you have to grow more. Do that every day. Oh, it's called life. Life. You grow in life every day, Cody. You don't quit growing in life. No, you don't. Unless, well, you want to quit life. Is that what you want to do? You just want to stay huddled in the house together and never leave? She got her little claws in you where she doesn't like to leave the house, and neither do you. And you guys are just going to ostracize yourself into a little McMansion bubble. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, you're also lying. Your religion, the one you said that you believe in, that Robin highly believes in, states that as you get wives, your job, Cody, your patriarchal job is to grow, to step up, and to make things work within the family. If you cannot do that, you cannot get another wife. But then again, you don't really care about the rules, do you? I think you just care about the chitty chitty bang bang. Because every time you get a new wife, you don't even discuss it with the other wives, or at least the main wife, it's all supposed to be agreed to. You just have not been following anything. And then when you can use the church, it feels like, which is so wrong. Even if I'm not for that church, but for people that only use a church for their benefit, when it benefits them, that's so sinful to me. I mean, it's like someone who doesn't believe in God is not godly, but then puts a crucifix around their neck when they go out because they want to show people what a good person they are. No, you don't use religion as a benefit when it prospers you, Cody. You don't say, and you say, my religious sector says this, so I have to do this. But then you don't follow these parts. No, it does not work like that. What do you guys think? Please tell me. And thank you for sticking with me this long. I hope you had a great time.